How's it going, everyone? Welcome back to Infomesser. My name is Sharif. If you've been following the SQL Beginner series, you're doing exactly what you should be doing, which is learning the fundamentals the right way, one concept at a time. Today, we're going to cover two things that beginners always mix up at first: the having clause and how it's different from where. We're also going to be talking about aliasing, which is basically giving columns and tables nicknames to keep your queries clean and readable. And I'm really excited to use aliasing because it just makes things a lot more professional. And when you read a column that has an alias, it just looks way better. So by the end of this video, you'll know exactly when to use where and when to use having, and how aliases make your SQL look way more professional. Having is a filter that you use after you group your data. And to explain it simply, having lets you filter aggregated results like totals, averages, counts, minimums, and maximums, and that's something we went over in our last video. So for example, if you only want to see something like hospitals with more than 50 patients in your query, that's usually where having comes in. And here's the easiest way to remember having versus where. So where filters rows, having filters groups. Essentially, the where clause works on individual rows like age, gender, hospital in this table. And then having groups on grouped results like count, average, sum. Alright, now that you have a basic understanding of the having clause and aliasing and how having is different from the where clause, we're going to take those definitions and actually put it into action. So with this first prompt, it's asking us find hospitals that have more than 10 admissions. And what I'm going to do, I'm just going to take this, and we know we need to use a hospital column. And we're obviously going to use the count aggregate function here, so let's do that. All right. And before I use aliasing, by the way, we got to use group by as well, obviously, because aggregate function is in use and this is a lonely column. So remember, always use group by when aggregates are used. We're going to run this, and this is how it looks without the alias. And that's why aliases are so important. So when I add the alias here, I'm just going to write as, and that's all you got to do. As, you can name it whatever, you can even name it this. And if I run it, it's going to show here, but let's give it a much cleaner, easier to read name because no one's going to understand this. So let's do total admissions. We'll call it that. And there we go. That's a lot easier to read, but remember, we're here for the having clause. So our query is not just done yet. So let's do having. And remember, having is going to be used on the aggregate function. So we're going to do count, and we want more than 10 admissions. There we go. And then order by total admissions. We can just use the alias right here that we used. Total admissions descending, because we want to see the largest value to the smallest, and run that. And now you have a nice clean result of hospitals that have more than 10 admissions. So in this situation, using the having count star greater than 10 means only keeping hospitals where the count is above 10. And the reason why we used having is because count star is an aggregate function, and aggregates only exist after grouping. Using the where clause wouldn't make sense because it can't filter on count like having does. Okay, moving on to prompt number 2. And this prompt is asking us insurance providers whose average billing amount is above 10,000. And for this one, we're just going to break it down here. We know we have to use insurance providers and billing amount, and we have to find the average. So we already know what columns we're going to use here. We're going to do this, replace it with insurance provider, and then average billing amount. There we go. And let's call it a name. We'll call it average billing. Of course, we got a group by that. And let's just run this. We're not going to use having just yet. So right here, you see a really ugly looking number with all these decimal points. So let me show you a cool trick. you can actually round this up to make it look better. And because we're talking about money, we just want 2 decimal points after. So let's do round, open parentheses, and all you have to do simply, you just add a comma here, and then I'm gonna write 2 because I just want 2 decimal points. And you can do however many you want, but 2 makes it look a lot more clean. So let me show you the number now. And there you go. That looks a lot better. So we're not just done with this yet. We're gonna do having, and remember, aggregate function is what we want to use having on. Right. Average. That looks good. And now we want over 10,000 as a billing amount. So just like that. And let's order it by average billing descending, largest to smallest. Run it. And that's it. So in this situation, using having average billing amount over 10,000 means that you're filtering out providers whose average billing is 10,000 or less. So that's just filtering all those people out. So that's why it's only showing us 10,000 and above. And honestly, this type of prompt is super real world. So what I mean by that is that you'll probably see this exact type of question in healthcare analytics type of jobs. So I really hope you're taking notes here and you're learning a good amount so far. This one looks like a lot, but trust me, once we break it down, it'll be a lot easier. This example is going to be perfect because it shows the where clause and the having clause working together. So breaking it down, we already know we're going to use medical condition, billing amount, average. I already see things that I need. So I'm just going to start writing it out. So I'm just going to take this, and because we need to average out the billing amount, I'm just going to keep this right here, and then I'm going to change this with medical condition. And there's no need to give an alias for this because it's already cleanly written out like that. And we also need the count because we only want to keep only conditions with at least 5 patients. So we need count star. We're going to name it patient count. That's a lot better. And now we need the group by. So we're going to do group by medical condition. But remember our order. So we're going to do where before this. We need the where age. And this one is asking us adults. So we need where age greater than equal to 18. All right. So we have a solid query so far. Now we need to use having. So let's do having on the aggregate function count. So we're going to do having count star greater than equal to 5. Because remember, we need to keep at least 5 patients. So we have this. And then order by, my favorite column, average billing, descending, largest to smallest, and let's run it. And that's a very nice, clean result. Again, this is showing you how the where clause and the having clause work together. So step by step, what the where clause is doing here is that it's filtering rows first. And that means we only consider adult patients in the data set before we group anything. Then we group by the medical condition. So now we get 1 row per condition. We're calculating how many patients each condition has and the average billing amount per condition. And now here comes the meat and potatoes of our query, the having count star clause. So having count star greater than equal to 5 means that we're only keeping conditions that we want. Before we sign off with this lesson, I want to give you a couple of quick helpful tips. Number 1, use where to reduce the dataset early. If you know you only care about a specific subset, filter early on with where. And I'm telling you, it keeps the query efficient and your results look way better. Number 2, know when to use having and where. Remember, if it's rows, use the where clause. And if it's grouped results, use having. And number 3, alias like you're writing for your future self. If somebody else or you 6 months from now reads your SQL queries, aliases make it a lot more obvious what those outputs mean. And I promise you, your coworkers and your boss will be a lot more impressed with your results if you use aliases. Alright everyone, that's it for today. If you made it this far, thank you for watching and I really appreciate you. Make sure you hit the like button because it helps push the series out to more people, and make sure to subscribe as well. It would mean a lot. So this video is the last video in the beginner portion of my SQL tutorial series, and next up we're moving into the intermediate series, and after that the advanced series. We'll soon be getting into more powerful SQL stuff to know, like joins, subqueries, window functions, and CTEs. We're also going to be doing some projects later on, and my goal is to just help you land your dream job in analytics if you're currently trying to make the pivot. Also, I'm going to put all the queries from today on my GitHub page so you can copy them and run them and tweak them and whatever you want. The link to my GitHub page will be down below in the description. Your support genuinely means the world to me, so if you want to help even more people out, share this with a friend who's learning SQL, or post it somewhere where someone might benefit. Once again, my name is Sharif. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.